So today I plan on getting some work done. I have a few leaf jobs to clean up, but it's not looking so good. It's been raining all day. Trying to get something done. Can't really get anything done out there. So I guess today will just be a social media day. Just been working on my computer, just doing some video editing and just being in touch in social media and trying to stay active and doing different things. So tomorrow's another day. So we got more rain today. So I anticipated the rain, so I got more stuff that I'm going to be doing today. So it's been a pretty productive day today. It's been a busy day, but a productive day for not really getting too much work done in lawn care anyway. But now I'm off to go do an estimate. A real estate friend of mine texted me earlier today and asked me to take a look at a property that she's about to put on the market, so that's where I'm headed. I got a couple of yards done, some last minute leaf cleanups that had to wait for the rain to stop, and I was waiting for some of these trees just still holding on, believe it or not, to some leaves, and I just wanted to get everything 100%, especially with the snow. We're supposed to be getting some snow this weekend, so I didn't want that on top of leaves, on top of the grass. So just a couple of yards that I just wanted to make sure that they were, 100%. So one of them was pretty easy, nice and quick. The other one, not so much. Now I'm going to the post office. And got a post office box. They're really not expensive at all. You pay one fee, whatever it is. I don't even remember what mine was. I really don't. It's less than $100, I believe, for a year, to rent a box for a year. So every year you just have to factor that in as your expenses. But I mean, that's nothing really. I mean, and where my post office box is located is relatively convenient. And the fact about things about post office boxes, or at least my post office that I go to, they all have slightly different hours, I'm sure, but mine is 24 hours to access your post office box. So you can just go in there at 2 or 3 in the morning if you wanted to or needed to for some reason to get your mail out of your box. Maybe you've been out of town or whatever, and you want to check and see if you got any payments in the mail. Maybe you really need some payments to deposit or whatever for the next day's work or something like that, if that's the situation you're in. And it's convenient to just go into the post office box and just, at any time and get that stuff. But so now I'm heading to the bank to deposit some stuff. Just waiting on a couple final checks from my final jobs that I did to come in. But what I was saying about P.O. Box, aside from me moving and that being convenient time, I had to change my address anyway to get a post office box. But also with P.O. boxes, it's just more professional to have a P.O. box. And you can have anyone send you anything. I mean, for me, also for social media, it comes in handy, so I can have things, I can just give my P.O. box out to anyone. The most professional and safest way out there to get your mail when you're when you have a business. And it made more sense for me to finally get a P.O. box. In the beginning, it was, when I first started, it was kind of part of the novelty to speak about that I'm your neighbor. Like a lot of my customers initially that became my clients were in my same general neighborhood. So, they weren't like on my street, but they were down the street in the same HOA. So they were able to just come right to my house, basically, and put a payment in the flyer box. So, that made it really convenient for them, and convenient for me, too, because I got paid quicker versus them putting it in the mail and waiting a couple of days just for it to come back to me, when they live right down the street. It was just a nice convenience, and like I said, it was also nice to say the whole, I'm also your neighbor. And there's a lot of business owners in the HOA that I used to live in, the association, and some people had some people were accountants, some people were lawyers, some people were logo wear, printers or makers, and things like that. I mean, you know, there was all types of people with different jobs and different businesses, and they, you know, they all lived there. So we all tried to like exchange each other's information and support one another. You know, if somebody needed this or needed that, they would contact the people in the neighborhood first. So it was the same thing with me. So, you know, that was kind of cool. I got a lot of clients early on because of that. So that gave me an advantage over, you know, a company that was coming in from the outside, because they didn't, you know, no one knew anything about them. But people already knew me and like shared stuff on Facebook about me and things like that. So that was convenient, and I get that. But you know, we've moved on past that now. So you know, I have a lot of other neighborhoods that I'm in, and it's really not necessary to be, you know, your neighbor anymore. I mean, I'm still your local business, and that's important, and there's something to be said about that. So P.O. Box all the way around is, if you haven't gotten one, it's not expensive at all. It's very convenient, very safe. I would recommend, and very professional. I would recommend looking into getting one.